And the starting pitchers tonight were C.C. Sabathia and Danny Herron, two youngsters who were throwing a lot of heat this evening. The ball game was scoreless going into the third, where with one out, Scudero walked. He stole a second, and after Ellis struck out, Jason Kendall had the RBI opportunity.
As Kendall stands in, hit into a double play. His first time up, and he lines it to right field for a base hit. One hopping it is Blake, and he bobbles the ball, drops it, and scoring easily is Scudero on the RBI single by Kendall. And if Blake picked that ball up cleanly, he might have had a play at the plate. As it is, Kendall gets his 42nd RBI of the season. The A's lead it 1-0. So the Go-Go A's get the walk, the stolen base, the two-out single to right.
The A's then went out 1, 2, 3 in the fourth. In the fifth, they had 2 on and nobody out and failed to score. In the sixth inning, they had 2 on and nobody out, but then Chavez struck out and Peyton flied out. But Hatterberg walked, and the A's had the bases loaded for Iram Bocachica playing in his first game for the A's tonight. A's have the bases loaded. The count 3-1 to Bocachica. And Sabathia, the pitch on the way, swung on a fly ball to right. Blake going back, still going, at the track, reaching up, and makes a fine running catch and brushes up against the wall. Bocachica gives it a ride to deep right center field, and Casey Blake made an outstanding catch, got a good jump, and then backhanded the ball, rushing one step from the fence and then brushed up against the wall. And he robs Bocachica of extra bases and maybe the A's of 3 runs there. So the A's go down in the sixth. They leave the bases loaded. And we go to the bottom of the sixth. A's 1, Cleveland 0. That was the last pitch thrown by C.C. Sabathia tonight. Arthur Rhodes came on in the seventh inning and was rocky. A walk to Dan Johnson. Scudero popped out. A double by Ellis. He hit Kendall. Exit Rhodes. Enter the left-hander Scott Sauerbeck to face Mark Kotsay.
Johnson, the runner, at third, and Ellis at second. And the pitch to Kotsay is lined to left. And Crisp is going back. That's easily deep enough to score the run. Crisp makes the catch. Johnson tags. He scores. The A's lead 2-0 on the sacrifice fly by Mark Kotsay. Big run for the A's. They get an insurance run here in the seventh.
And then a walk to Chavez set things up. Bases loaded. Rafael Betancourt was on. Jay Payton had a chance to break the game open.
1 run in. A's had him loaded last inning as well. Ellis taking a big lead down the third base line, and the 0-2 pitch swung on and missed. Payton loses the bat, and the A's lose a chance for a big inning. They leave 3 for the second straight inning. They get 1. And after 6.5, it's the A's 2 and the Indians 0.
The A's would have a chance in the 8th inning of the ball game tonight, as with Betancourt pitching, a leadoff walk to Hatterberg. After Bocachica popped out, Dan Johnson was up. All right, again the 3-2. Johnson waiting. Martinez sets up outside, and the pitch with the runner going is a ground ball and a diving play at first by Broussard. He's on the bag. Hatterberg doesn't realize where the ball is, and Broussard throws the ball to Peralta, and he tags him out between second and third. Hatterberg must have thought the ball had gotten down the right field line. Hatterberg was running, and Broussard, the first baseman, made a backhanded play, diving almost right on top of the bag, and then he just tagged the bag with his hand, with the ball in his hand. Hatterberg had rounded second, initially running on the pitch, and then Broussard turned and threw the ball to the shortstop Peralta, and Hatterberg was tagged out, and that's how the top of the 8th inning comes to an end. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. A's 2, Indians 0. Meanwhile, the A's used Danny Herron for the first 6 2/3. Kiko Calero got the last out of the 7th inning. He was on to pitch in the 8th, and he struck out Casey Blake. Rincon came out of the pen to face Sizemore, but Rincon booted the dribbler hit by Sizemore, so he was at first with 1 out. Dukeshire came in. He struck out Coco Crisp, and then Ken Maka, emptying his bullpen, went to Houston Street looking for a 4-out save and facing Johnny Peralta, who represented the potential tying run. Here what he throws here. This will be a 2-2. Sizemore leads from first. And here's the pitch. And it's swung on and missed. Breaking ball down, and Street comes on and does the job. Calero, Rincon, Dukeshire, and Street all pitched for the A's in the 8th inning. The A's pitching staff, using half of them, strikes out the side. And after 8 complete, A's 2, Cleveland nothing. A's had 2 on with 1 out, failed to score in the top of the ninth, took that 2-0 lead into the bottom of the ninth. Hafner struck out, Martinez bounced out, and Ronnie Belliard was the last hope for the Tribe. And here's the 1-0 pitch to Belliard. A high fly ball center field routine. Kotze is right there in his tracks waiting for it, makes the catch, and once again Houston Street does the job as 5 athletic pitchers combine on a 4-hit shutout tonight as the A's beat the Indians and take the first game of the series 2-0. Well, Ken Maka was prophetic on the manager's show and talking about all the disappointment, the last at-bat losses for the A's against the Indians, especially against the Tribe here at the Jake in recent years. He said maybe a difference now in that the A's have Houston Street at the back end of the rotation. Save number 21 for Houston. He'll be joining Steve Bitker right after this.